All right, we're headed up into Perkinsville, Arizona, via Jerome, which is that town up on the hill there with a little J on that side of the hill. And the road up into it is a nice little twisty road. Yeah, it's a fun little drive up in through here, right up into Jerome, and then on the other side of Jerome, just like on the other side of town, there's a dirt road, and it leads up over those mountains or through those mountains, and then we'll see where it goes from there. It's supposed to go up. The dirt road's supposed to go out about 16 miles or so to what is called Perkinsville, which from what I can tell from the map is maybe like a single person's house living out there. I don't know, but there's supposed to be like a cool little old bridge that you go across. So we're gonna go check it out. It's a great way to spend a Sunday morning. You can listen to that single cylinder, man. This thing is bonkers. It's got a lot of pull. I'm in third gear going up this hill. That's all I need. That's all I need. Third gear will take me from like 30 to 60. All right, so now we're coming into the city of Jerome. I think this might be my favorite town around here. I'm not sure how healthy it would be to live here because it is a mining town, so the water supply is probably kind of fucked, I would suspect. But yeah, so look at this town, Jerome. Everything's up on the hillside. That big building way up at the top there, that cream colored thing with the red roof, that's a haunted hotel, supposedly. And then you got this view over here, like, wow, is this cool? And then this cool little rock wall here. And as we go around, there's a little divot in this wall that somebody owns or whatever, and there's like a cool old truck in it. But yeah, check that out. Awesome. And then I love these sort of mountain town things where the houses are at these crazy angles and stuff, like off the side, just perched off the side on some stilts and whatnot. But yeah, this is just super fun to me. And this bike just handles everything great. This engine has so much torque. Rather just State Park over here. There is everything, and this downtown actually looks kind of happening. Where there's like a burger joint. There's like a little ice cream shop. There's a bunch of different little shops to buy like touristy stuff. Whatever. I haven't been actually the pottery shops. I'd like to stop here on the way back through, and hopefully these places will be open. And I'd like to check out the downtown here, see what's happening in Jerome, see if there's any gifts I need to get for anybody, you know. And there's a barbecue place, which is very, very rare in Arizona, apparently. I don't see too many barbecue places. Alright, so that is the downtown. I just love these old downtown buildings. I love them. And I'm glad that they are being maintained in this town and utilized. That's fantastic. And then if you go left, you go on the main road over to Prescott. And if we go straight here, we head out to this like old ghost mine thing. And then you can kind of see this big pit here, this old pit. I don't think it's utilized anymore. But this is where they used to do all the mining. And they got this parking here, which I guess for a shuttle. It seems to be people park here to go hiking whatnot. I saw a couple people earlier hiking up this Perkinsville road, which, you know, why not? And then there's like a cool building up on top there that seems to be underutilized. I'm not sure what that is. Freeport, I guess it's still owned by the mine, it looks like. Gold King Mine is up here ahead. I think this is like all tailings and stuff, piles of tailings. It looks like, to me at least, on the side of these hills to the sides of us. It's just old mining rubble. It's kind of interesting. Yeah, look at this to our right. Just a bunch of stuff that they've processed or whatever and thrown off to the side. So some old, well, I don't know if they still use that grader or not. They might, because the road, from what I can tell, is very well maintained. And here's the ghost town. We're gonna go past it, but look, the ghost town, he's got all kinds of random old equipment in there. So Perkinsville, 16 miles ahead. And I want to take it fairly easy going up this road, because there were, last time there was a car I had to pass, and he was like right in the middle of the road as we came around a corner, one of these sharp turns. So I want to make sure I am prepared. And prepared for that kind of danger. Yeah, look at this view. The road just sort of twists around these hillsides and keeps going. Yeah, you can see all the junk they've got down there in that gold mine. Pretty crazy. Out here enjoying a very cool road. And yeah, so this is like a really well maintained, this road. Nice and flat. You can drive a car down here, no problem. I could probably take my van down through here. It's bumpy, but in spots, but other spots it's pretty darn smooth, like right here. But what's cool, I don't know if you noticed that sort of change in the pavement color there, where it starts to get a little red, and then you can see in the hillside here is all red. Where this part of Arizona, at least, there are like two different types of sort of geology sort of stuff going on, where the base, your base rock material around here, like look how red this rock is. They call it red limestone, and then there's white limestone. And so this is an interesting trail, because where we came from in Jerome, it's mainly white limestone over there, and all of a sudden, just outside, just on the other side of Jerome, we've got this red limestone showing up, and then look how quickly it goes away. Like it just changes color again. Like it's fascinating from a geological standpoint, like how mixed, like the different hills have different, are composed of different types of rock. It's unusual to me, like that it would change that quickly. Maybe it's more common than I think. I'm not a geologist, you know. So here's a cool little one-lane bridge, fun little bridge. But that is not the bridge. The bridge is still 15 miles out. But yeah, look at the views, my friends. This is where it's cool to live near the mountains. Check it out. But it just gets kind of cooler and cooler as you go along, it seems like. Like you get further out from town, further out from civilization, and I'm curious if the road deteriorates at some point. Man, the views from up here are so cool. It's so cool. There's so much public land around here. I mean, this is all national forest basically up through here. We're kind of sandwiched. This area is sandwiched sort of basically between Prescott National Forest and Coconino National Forest. And then there's like these, then Jerome, this little town, is like, and a couple other little towns are sort of right in between those. And so we're headed into Prescott National Forest. I think we're in it right now, technically. Again, you can see the red rock coming back again. So this is really fun. And it also, I don't know if it's just me, but it seems to have different vegetation as well. Like we start to see more of these like agaves and yuccas and like little opuntia cactus, the little sort of Mickey Mouse cactus stuff. But I do love the red rock, man. It looks so pretty. Like the white one it's kind of bland, I guess, comparatively for sure. But the red stuff is super pretty. Oh my God, look at this. And then you could just go right off the edge. Right off the edge, man. I'm just going to continue to stare at the edge until like I'm psychologically compelled to go over. But yeah, like you're like, oh, well, what's around that corner up there? Like it clearly wraps around the side of this hill. What's around that corner? Could be magic. You just don't know. So here we go. We keep going. And look at that, right straight off the edge. Just jump it right off. But man, look, and then goes around that corner up there. Oh, we gotta see what's up there. Gotta keep finding out. Gotta keep exploring. Yeah. Oh my God, the views. The views. Alright, we're going around, and now it looks like we're finally gonna dip through to the other side of this mountain. But look at this view. Look at that view. Alright, so now we're cutting over, sort of between yeah, and then look, the road goes on way over there. So we're gonna wrap around here. Yeah, see, it's always on the corner. Always on the corner. These fucking cars coming around. That's why I'm taking it easy, and I hope the cars are taking it easy. Alright, so now we're peeking around to a different view completely of a different valley. And look at that. How pretty. How pretty this is. We do not have this in Texas basically at all. So this is pretty fantastic. It is starting to get hot already though. So I brought like a gallon of extra water with me just in case. Wow. So many opportunities to die here. Or to get really injured, more likely. Because it's not like a straight drop off the side. You're not just going to free fall. But you are gonna tumble. Yeah, for me this is like freaking an adventure. Like this is like something like you never, these things just don't exist anywhere close to where I live in Texas. There's no public land in Texas basically at all. I mean, there's some national forests. Technically they're national forests over in East Texas, which is, there's no mountains there, and it's much more populated. Like there's a lot of houses in that national forest in and around it. So out here it is much more sparsely populated, and much more interesting because you get that feel that you are out by yourself. Look at this. This is cool. Oh my God. Look at that. We're just like popping out. And look at the view. Wow. Look at us winding around here. How fun is this? Yeah, and this, for me, we're exploring, just going somewhere I haven't been before. That's all I need. And that like really brightens my day. This will make me feel better like all week that I have gotten out this one day and done something I've never done before. Like that's living life for me. That's a big deal. And it really does help my mental outlook on things. I just feel like I'm I'm making good use of life if I do stuff like this. And I'm not doing anything crazy, dude. Like, I don't have to be running this thing like it's a race or something. I just have to be out here. That's it. Just be out. Like, I could run this on a Honda Grom or something, or any bike. Like I could bring a chopper out here, which would probably be really uncomfortable. A hardtail chopper would probably be pretty uncomfortable out here, but I bet you could do it. I kind of have too many bikes in my garage at the moment. This one's a pretty cool daily driver. Like, I can do anything on this bike and go anywhere, do pretty much anything on this bike, which is very cool, because it's got enough power to like just rip on the highway. At the moment, I've got the tires on it are not that great, or the tires are not great on the highway, but it's definitely got the power to do highway. And then I've got my Grom chopper, which I really want to get on the streets to test out what it's like to drive or ride around a hardtail chopper, because I have not done that. And that would be just a fun, stupid way of doing it. What a road, man. What a road. All right, here comes a car. That's nice when we can all see each other. Yeah, what great views. What great views. I've got my dad's old Harley, which is, it's a stock Harley, basically. He's got the king and queen. He had the king and queen seat on there, which gives it a little bit more of a chopper-like feel, but it's basically just stock bike. But that would be a very cool bike as well to get on the street and drive around, which I have not done yet. And then of course we've got the VFR, baby. That thing is kind of irresistible because the engine is so fantastic on that bike. One of the best engines ever made, as far as I can tell. And so I really want to get that on the street as well. There's a bunch of stuff. What the fuck? There's a bunch of stuff that I would like to I'd like to be able to ride all these bikes, but it's not just money of having them insured and whatnot and licensed and on the road, but it's also the time. Just, I don't have that much time to get them all on the road and really get to know them. I can only really do that one bike at a time, Oh, the views. Yeah, this is a nice, easy ride. I'm like sitting down the whole time. This is just a dirt road. There's nothing fancy about it. But it is pretty. It is a pretty road. Very nice drive. Alright, we're coming up on the Perkinsville Bridge now. This has been a very sedate drive in the sense that this is all very well maintained. And there's been a couple cars that I passed, but that's about as dramatic as it's gotten. Other than that, it's just a dirt road, man. Ooh, look at this bridge. What a lovely little bridge. Look at this kettle. Wow. Look at the bridge. Oh, so much to look at. What fun this is. Huh? Alright, this is our destination, basically. Look at that little tiny creek. Little tiny creek down there. Not much happening. Cool bridge, though. I really like the bridge. Alright, so Perkins Ranch. So yeah, it's somebody's house out there. And then Perkinsville Road continues down this way. And I think that's as far as we're going today.